Over the course of the past week and a half or so, the entire world has been watching the saga unfold of the boys in the cave, the soccer team in the Thai cave, waiting to get rescued. Today, thankfully, or no, it was yesterday, all of the 12 boys and the coach were rescued. And sadly, the only fatality was a former Thai Navy SEAL who died on a 6-hour mission to save the boys. And that is a hero's remembrance, I believe, is what he needs most of all. And what we've seen here is, Hollywood already kind of biting at the chops in order to go and tell the story. Now, Jon Chu, not Jon M. Chu, or not John Chu from Star Trek, but Jon M. Chu is a guy. So he's the director of the upcoming Crazy Rich Asians. He's developing a second Thai cave rescue film in an effort to avoid whitewashing. Now, this news just dropped, and this is very interesting, because if you're asking yourself, why in God's name would he have to do that? Well, leave it to Pure Flix CEO Michael Scott. Not that Michael Scott. Heading over to Thailand in order to eye the movie rights to the cave rescue, as if they need the rights to tell the story. They could just put it in America, right? And just like call it, it's a soccer team, not a football team, or they could make it a football team. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You could sit there and put like 15 people in there, change a couple things around it, and tell the same story, and like you're not gonna be, you're gonna be okay. Now, it says here that the world got a heaping dose of good news this week when all 12 kids and their adult soccer coach were rescued from a flooded cave in Thailand. And today, Pure Flix CEO and managing partner Michael Scott posted a video on Facebook saying he's out to secure the movie rights to the story. Now, here's the thing, is this is not your normal standard producer, obviously. This is the guy who did God's Not Dead and probably God's Not Dead 2. If you haven't seen that, go watch the trailer. I'll summarize it. The teal deer of it is Kevin Sorbo is a college professor who is a devout atheist. He hates Christians, hates them. They're terrible, right? And he ends up confronting a Christian in his class, a very stubborn, strong-headed Christian. And, he kicks him out of class, but then he's in a car accident and he almost dies. And he ends up, through the power of religion, realizes that God is truth. God is all good. God is all knowing. And he goes from being an atheist to being a Christian. The movie did well. Christian-themed movies do very, very, very well. So you might be asking yourself, why in the God's name is this going to be a thing? Why is this going to be a fucking thing? And that's because what better story of tragedy to sell to Midwestern Christian folk than 13 people trapped in a cave, and who got them out? God, right? That's who it was. With the power of prayer, because they'll all be in the cave praying to God, praying for miracles. And the rescue workers who spent days trying to find them will encounter all sorts of problems in the cave. Maybe not a monster. It'd be good if they threw in like the monster from Goonies, by the way. That made the deleted scene squid. You know what I'm talking about? Have that be in there. To represent Satanism or capitalism, whatever. And then at the end they all get out due to the power of prayer and the power of Jesus. Because that's what he wants. That's the story. That's the narrative he wants to tell. And, and I don't know if those kids are religious. And if they are religious, they guaranteed ain't Christian. It's Thailand. They'd be, I think, Buddhist or Muslim, right? So, or some variation between. I don't know. But that's what Jon M. Chu here wants to avoid. He wants to develop this film in order to avoid the whitewashing that clearly would happen with it. If Michael Scott gets his hands on this, right? If Scott's Tots ends up becoming a movie, that's what's going to happen there. Now, Chu is attached to direct the film based on the news story, which has captivated the New World this past week. Ivanhoe Pictures president John Panatti announced that Thailand's Navy and government have selected Ivanhoe, the local language division of SK Global, to develop the film. Ivanhoe is working with the most senior officials in Thailand on the provincial and national levels. Multiple studios have shown interest in the project. So I'm not going to lie, this whole thing kind of pisses me off, right? This thing pisses me off a little bit because these kids spent a long time in this cave. A man died going to save them. And then as soon as they get out, you've got people traveling to Thailand trying to secure the movie rights. That just goes to show you just how we are and where we are as a culture in this particular regard. And it's just, it's terrible, But then Jon M says down here, I refuse to let Hollywood hashtag whitewash out the Thai cave rescue story. No way, not on our watch. That won't happen, or we'll give them hell. There's a beautiful story about human beings saving saving other human beings. So anyone thinking about the story better approach it right and respectfully. So here's the thing. You gotta love it though. He's all like whitewash out. So clearly playing the identity politics, which makes sense. And then he's like, it's about humans saving other humans. It's about hashtag humans being bros. But if they ain't Asian, then this story ain't done respectfully. Although I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of miners in Chile that are just going to be all like, get ready for a shitstorm. You know, I can't, that's not even what the Chilean accent is. I have no idea. Which is odd because my cousin's husband, my cousin-in-law, is from Chile. I should know his accent by now, but I don't. I'm a horrible person. But the point is that this is going to be battling over the story of humans being bros. And it's also sad because we're in this place where they're running to tell this story. They're running to make this a reality when literally the man who died, I don't even think he's been buried yet, or he probably has been just buried. The kids just got out. The kids are just now getting food in their belly, getting nutrition, getting used to actually seeing the sun, being with their families and resting. And jackals in Hollywood are already, snipping at the bits in order to tell the story. But they've already gone with the guys that aren't the hardcore Christians. So part of me, and this is where I stand on religion, views that as a win.